Hi guys, welcome back to next director's chair. They were looking at the technological world of David Cronenberg, so let's get into it. Well, my turn says director's chair, talk about directors. Today we're talking about David Cronenberg. Before I do that, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for his album. So I'm gonna go through his movies. I'm gonna tell full about so start. So, 1969 we had Stereo. This was a Canadian science fiction film. This was Cronenberg's first movie. It stars Ronald Mulzig, Jack Messenger, Ian Erwig, Clara Mayer, Paul Mulholland, Arlene Melodzig, Glenn McCauley. I've not seen this movie. I've just gone now. In the 1970 Our Crimes of the Future. It's a science fiction film. It starred Ronald Melodzig, John Liddard, Tanya Zolti, Zach Messenger, Paul Mulholland, William Hazan, William Pullman. Although the film shares its title with Cronenberg's 2022 film, then the latter is not a remake as the story and concept are unrelated. However, there's a loose connection between the two films as the main premise of the 2022 film, Creative Cancer, also appears in the 1970 version, so it's kind of the future. I've not seen this movie. Then in 1975 we had Shivers, also known as The Parasite Murders, and They Came From Within, was a Canadian science fiction body horror film. It starred Paul Hampton, Lynn Lowry, and Barbara Steele. I have not seen this movie. And then 1977 we had Rabid, which was independent body horror film. It was Marilyn Chambers, Frank Moore, Joe Silva, and Howard Risfin. It made $1 million on a $500,000 budget. So that's Rabid. There was a remake in 2019. That was not directed by Cronenberg, but yeah, so that's Rabid. I've not seen this movie. And then 1979 we have Fast Company. It was a Canadian action film. It starred William Smith, Claudia Jennings, John Saxon, Nicholas Camper, Cedric Smith, Judy Foster, and Don Franks. And 1979 we had The Brood, which is a psychological body horror film. Starred Oliver Reed, Samantha Eggar, Art Hindle, Naula Fitzgerald, Henry Beckman, Susan Hogan, and Cindy Hines. Made $1.5 million budget. It received positive reviews. It would establish itself as a cult film in the following decade. It tried to score interest from the academics in the areas of the film theory for its themes regarding mental illness and parenthood. Then in 1981 we had Scanners, which was a science fiction horror film. It starred Jennifer O'Neill, Stephen Lack, Patrick McGoohan, Lawrence Dane, and Michael Ironside. It made $14.2 million, $4.1 million budget. Then in 1983 we had Videodrome, which is a Canadian science fiction body horror film. It stars James Woods, Sonja Smiths, Deborah Harry, Peter Gorski, Les Carlson, Jack Creeley, Lynn Gorman. $2.1 million. Made $2.1 million on a $5 million budget. The film received praise for special makeup effects, Cronenberg's direction, Woods and Harry's performances. It was a box office bomb. Videodrome was the first film by Cronenberg to gain backing from any major Hollywood studio. Now considered a cult classic, the film has been cited as one of Cronenberg's best and a key example of the body horror and science fiction horror genres. And then also in 1983 we had The Dead Zone, which was a science fiction thriller film. It's based on the 1979 novel by Stephen King. It starred Christopher Walken, Brooke Adams, Tom Skerritt, Herbert Lom, Anthony Zerbe, Colin Dewhurst, and then Martin Sheen. Made $16.3 million, $20.8 million on a $10 million budget. The novel also inspired television series in early 2019, Michael. The pilot of the episode, which borrowed some ideas and changes used in a 1983 film. So yeah, this is a good movie. So The Dead Zone. And then 1986, we had The Fly, which was a science fiction horror film. It's loosely based on George Land's 1957 short film saying it and 1958 film of the same name. Um, um, it stars Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis, and John Getz. Made $60.6 million on a $50 million budget. It was a commercial success. A sequel came in 1989. So that's The Fly. Then 1988 we had Dead Ringers, which was a psychological thriller film. It stars Jeremy Irons and Guinevere Bujold. Made $40 million and $30 million budget, and so it's based on the novel Twins by Barry Wood and Jack Giesland. And there was a television miniseries that came in 2023, and it starred Rachel Weisz. And I actually saw that. I actually thought it was pretty good. I did a review on it, so it's Dead Ringers. Then 1991 we had Naked Lunch, which is a surrealist science fiction drama. It's an adaptation of Where S. Burroughs' 1959 novel, the same name, and it starred Peter Weller, Judy Davis, Ian Holm, Gene Sands, and Roy Schneider, and made $2.6 into $18 million budget, and received positive reviews, but was a box office bomb. There's Naked Lunch. And then 1993 we had M Butterfly, which is an American romantic drama film. Is based on the play of the same name by David Henry Hwang. It stars Jeremy Irons, John Lone, Barbara Sakawa, and Ian Richardson. It made million on a $17 to $18 million budget. Then in 1996 we had Crash, which was an erotic thriller. Is based on J.G.'s Ballad's 1973 novel the same name. It starred James Spader, Holly Hunter, Elias Koteas, Deborah Kara Unger, Rosanna Arquette. Made $23.2 million. The film's initial release was met with intense controversy and highly divergent reactions from critics. Some praised the film for its daring premise and originality. Others aimed criticism for having such a strange premise filled with graphic violence. It has since developed a cult following. Then in 1999 we had Existence, which was a science fiction horror film. It starred Jennifer Jason Leigh, Jude Law, Ian Holm, Tom Callum, Keith Rennie, Sarah Polley, Robert A. Silverman, Christopher Eccleston, and William Dafoe. And it made $2.9 million on a $15 million budget. It received mostly positive reviews. Then in 2002 we had Spider, which was a psychological thriller film based on a 1990 novel with the same name by Patrick McGrath. It stars Ralph Fiennes, Miranda Richardson, and Gabrielle Byron. It made $5.8 million, $10 million budget. It received much acclaim by critics, especially by Cronenberg enthusiasts. 2005 we had A History of Violence, which was an action thriller film. It's an adaptation of the 1997 graphic novel the same name by John Wagner and Vince Locke. It stars Viggo Mortensen, Mario Bello, William Hurt, and Ed Harris. It made $61.4 million, $32 million budget. It is sometimes considered one of the greatest films of the 2000s, and the film was specifically praised for its performances, screenplay, atmosphere, and story. And then in 2007 we had Eastern Promises, which was a gangster film. It starred Viggo Mortensen, Naomi Watts, Vincent Cassel, and Armin Mueller-Stahl. Made $56.1 million, $50 million budget. It received critical acclaim. And then 2011 we had A Dangerous Method, which is a historical drama. is based on the Taking Cure, the 2002 stage play by Christopher Hampton, which was based on the 1993 non-fiction book by John Kerr, A Most Dangerous Method, the story of junk food and Sabrina Spilrin. It starred Kerr, Nigel Morris, Michael Fassbender, Vincent Cassel, and Sarah Gadon. It made $30 million, $40 million budget. It received most positive reviews from critics. Many praised the performance of Morrison and Fassbender and Cronenberg's direction. Then in 2012 we have Cosmopolis, which was a drama film. It was based on Don DeLeo's 2003 novel, and it stars Rob Pattinson, Paul Giamatti, Samantha Morton, Sarah Gadon, Matthew Amalric, Juliette Binoche, Jay Burridge, and Kevin Durant. $7.1 million on a $2.5 million budget, received positive reviews. It was Cronenberg's first script since existence. It unfortunately had Maps to the Stars, which was international, which was star Julianne Moore, Michael Wojciechowski, Olivia Williams, Evan Bird, Sarah Gordon, John Cusack, Robert Pattinson. Made $4.5 million, $30 million budget. It received positive reviews and the popular cast were praised. Finally, 2022, we had Crimes of the Future, which was a science fiction body horror film. It starred Viggo Mortensen, Leah Sedux, Christian Stewart, and Scott Speedman. It made $4.6 million, $27 million budget. Although the film shares its same title, Cronenberg's 1970 film, it is not a remake, as the story and the concept are unrelated, and there's no connection between two films whatsoever. The film marked Cronenberg's return to science fiction and horror genres for the first time since existence. It received generally positive from critics. And then we also have Nicholas Rhodes, which I don't know anything about the movie, but I know he's making that. So that's pretty much it. That David Cronenberg. I don't think he's made bad me. I think all of his movies are good. So that's the technological world of David Cronenberg. So yeah, so much my videos. Bye.